Okay.
And we are recording now. Ooh, the glasses are coming off for this one.
Don't let them know.
You're about to teach the children's.
Oh my god. Heather is stealing my lighter.
She's
Get
a
away.
thief. Like, I always think she just wants to be cuddled or caressed. No, she just wants to get closer to the thing she wants to steal from you.
Always the lighter. Always.
It's always the lighter. No matter what shape or color or whatever, she wants it. She needs it.
She said it fits perfectly into my gremlin mouth.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Heather was barking before this, so let's just hope she's not going to keep doing that, right, Heather?
right,
And
Heathy? Good girl.
you're gonna ask for a hit of our joint before you bark, right? Right? Oh my god, one time we were pretending that Heather was smoking. Just pretending. And just my vape pen. And my mom got so mad.
Yeah, she
My
was like,
mom.
I don't want to see that.
She treats Heather like her grandchild. As she should.
Yeah. So this episode is a little different. We usually come up with topics that we want to talk about, throughout the week before we record. But we had an idea. Well, actually, we had no ideas. That's the point. So we decided, well, why don't we just have a little smoke sesh and then see where our conversation goes. That's how our conversations go from 0 to 100 in real life anyway.
You guys, I don't know if this is going to be a shock to you, but the things we put out on this podcast it's literally our life. Like, that's how we talk. Our conversations are always like this, and we don't take shit seriously.
We try not to.
Yeah, we try not to.
Let's light up, and then you guys are going to be taken over to the intro while we do that, and then we'll see you on the other side.
I'm a mumbler.
Me too. It runs in the family, apparently.
I just don't want to put energy. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Yeah, laziness is probably part of it. Well, it's 4:20 somewhere. It's actually 4:12, so we're not too far off.
Last podcast, you could hear me constantly hit this dizzy. And my sister says that you couldn't hear it, but I was the one editing it, so I could hear it. It was also between my breaks of talking, so I think it was just more noticeable to me, but here we are now.
Now we're doing it intentionally.
Intentionally.
So, sign here, not here. Okay, so, tell me, sister, how are you feeling right now?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I feel powerful.
Nice.
My state of mind is very peaceful at this moment.
Okay.
What about yours?
Mine, I think consciously everything's peaceful. I'm not like stressing about anything specific, but I keep having bad dreams and anxiety dreams. And I think I'm just like worried about random earthly things, like money and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten a lot better at coping with that type of stress, but every now and then it hits me and I start to panic. And I just have to like remind myself that, living on faith means just knowing that you're always going to be provided for no matter what happens,
Yes. We always have, so we always will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're like being irresponsible and stuff like that. That's why I know it's anxiety, because it's like I'm freaking out for basically no reason.
Or something out of your control.
This tastes can't even talk. This tastes like lemon. It's supposed to taste like
Mint.
Or maybe it's because I'm used to drinking mojitos, and that's kind of like lemonade with mint. Anyways.
But you know what I did? I think I'm intellectualizing how I felt. Like, well, no. I think what I did was not talk about how I feel necessarily. Because I'm feeling a lot of things.
Okay.
But I think I'm just at the acceptance point. So I feel at peace.
I love that.
Yeah, because I'm just accepting every inch of how I feel because it's all necessary. So I just feel like if I feel sad, if I feel... She is trying to get the lighter. Heather. You're so...
Oh my God.
Listen, last time you kept taking so much of our time. So much of everyone's time. We cut like 5 times and put the music because Heather was interrupting.
I know.
But we decided to leave it in there, but not this time. We're not going to. That's the last time.
You're a clout chaser at this point.
Yeah.
Go get your own podcast. Do you want to go into what was going on? No is an acceptable answer.
Yes.
Okay. Then the floor is yours, mama.
Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, if I feel sad, I'm really trying to let it right through me and realize that that's not going to be forever. Feelings move past you and through you. And if I feel confused, I just let things go. Like, I just let it go. I, like, stop trying to make sense of things. It's just being intentional about noticing or about not letting the little things get to me, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Being intentional about where your energy is going.
Where my focus lies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do have, like, these feelings I feel like I haven't felt before. So it's a little bit challenging, but...
Like what?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Everything is fair on our show. Like, you decide what you want to talk about and open up about, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So you're feeling more peaceful now. It sounds like you're at the end of this, like, arch. Like, whatever you were supposed to learn, you learned, and you're kind of coming down, processing it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And not letting my expectations get in the way of the lessons that I'm learning, you know?
Right.
Because, like, I've gotten so many, like, messages from my angels and, like, signs that everything that's happening that has felt so confusing to me is happening for a reason, even though I don't see it right now. And that's having faith.
Yeah, and that's on faith, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's so annoying. I hate not knowing.
Yeah.
And I
but
think...
the sooner we accept that shit,
yeah,
the easier things will be.
Like, I think it's like, I hate not knowing how long it's gonna be, you know? Like, it's like, I know there's a lesson here, just like always, and that I'm gonna be fine. But when am I gonna be fine?
Yeah.
Thankfully that time has shortened as I've grown and learned how to cope with those feelings. And honestly, a huge thing that's helped is like building an actual support system, like actually intentionally building a community around myself, because that's one of my coping mechanisms now, and it's a really strong one, you know, people that bring out of the best in me and that cheer me on and remind me that I'm an amazing person. Like, it definitely makes those difficult times just so much more survivable, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think a huge coping mechanism a lot of people use is isolating yourself when you're going through things.
Yeah.
And
which is
so
wild.
it's like, I feel like it's what I need as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm definitely that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know when I need to text my friends and just like think about them, because I definitely recently, like, I posted all these things on my story of like my friends and just like old photos of me. And it was just because I was going through like old photos. I never go through my photos, so, you know, I was just going through like the past year.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, it was intentional to like think about my friends, think about people who love me. Unfortunately, I'm not living near them right now, you know, and it just, getting used to San Diego is something that's taking time. So I do feel a little bit of like distance, even though we're really not that far away, you know?
Yeah.
Because like I'm going through my own shit over here and need to take my own breaks and like still hang out with people here.
Mm-hmm.
And then like text my friends and see when I can see them and stuff. But my point being that you're so right, because in those moments when I do start to feel like really lost and hopeless almost, I have to like force myself to remind myself that I do belong with like certain people.
Yeah.
And that's like my best friends.
And I love that you have best friends. Like, that's your core group and where your roots are right now.
I'm so lucky.
Is anything stopping you from pursuing roots here?
No, because I think the people that have stuck with me, who are my best friends, it was so random. So I think it just happens randomly. You attract people that are meant for you randomly, and already I feel like I have found friends that I can rely on, but I'm still getting to know them.
Yeah.
So these
It
people
takes
I've known
time.
for years, yeah.
Yeah, like, I guess the most important part about a relationship like that would be, like, trust. And you can't really build trust unless a long time has passed and you've shown that you are reliable and consistent and safe to be around.
Yeah. Which I have felt that way about all of our friends. But you're right.
But it's
That's
been a
not the
short amount of
point.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
variable. Mm-hmm.
Which I think is fair and valid. Like, people will betray you by accident. So it's just like, and it's okay. Like, people will hurt you by accident. It's about how they respond to it and how you're able to communicate with them about how they made you feel or how you make them feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think more than anything, you have to feel seen. People need to feel seen by their friends, like truly seen, because it is so easy to still put up walls with people that you've known for years and years, but you only let them see certain versions of yourself. And that's why I feel lucky, because I definitely have gotten to that point with like 3 really, really good friends. And I just feel so lucky.
Mm-hmm. So abundant.
So abundant. Yeah, because the love that we have for each other is endless. So I feel really, really, really blessed.
I want to go back a little bit because you mentioned that you prefer to meet people just by chance.
Hell yeah, baby.
So I wanted to just talk about my experience because I feel like there might be people who relate to me, which is the fact that I realize that I actually enjoy pushing myself outside of my comfort zone to find new people. But I always thought that I didn't, but that was my anxiety and depression. It wasn't actually my personality. So I thought that was my personality. And when I started to like get therapy and start medication for my depression, I just started to feel less like concerned about what could possibly happen. Like, I have no idea how antidepressants work, but I just know that my thinking just like improved. And also I was getting therapy. But I think both things really changed my life. And then from there, I just started to like put myself out there, like on the apps. Like, I know a lot of people have a lot of bad experiences on there, and they're valid, it can get creepy and weird, but for the most part, my experiences have been pretty positive, where like I've met like so many friends through the Her app, so many queer, beautiful, like people that I would never bump into out on the world, so it's like really opened up this huge door for me. And like, because I've been able to push through the fear of like being rejected or being seen as an imposter, because that's another voice, right, that your depression tells you, like, oh, you're faking all of this, they're gonna catch on to you. So that voice being shut off really stopped me from even caring if things went badly. Like I seriously would be so scared to go to an event or a party, because what if it's awkward, or what if like I don't click with anybody, or what if like I make an embarrassing joke. And it's like, now my thinking is always, if it's like a shitty night, it's still gonna be a story to tell, and like I don't have to hang out with that group of people ever again. I can leave whenever I want. Like, just remembering my autonomy, my power, and being like, if at any moment this stops being fun, I can say no and just leave. I just like, if anybody out there is feeling really isolated and disconnected from community, just remember that sometimes that means it's something deeper, and maybe getting help is the way to go. And you might be surprised with who you really are, underneath all those toxic thoughts and unresolved trauma. I really also want to just shout out our friends. I feel like we do this every episode, but we're both water signs, and we're both so like emotional, and we need that so badly.
We're not water signs. Our moon is in water.
Our moon signs are water signs. And I like to blame everything on that, because honestly, like, yeah, it's just easier that way. Like, oh yeah, I live in my fantasy every day. Like,
Yeah.
I literally write fan fiction now. Like, just that's just such a dumb thing. Like, that I have to just blame on something. What am I gonna say? Like, that's my
Well, it's
personality.
not a problem. It's always someone to blame, but I feel
You
what
know,
you're
that's the
saying.
thing. I feel like that's my own projection of like being this emotional and empathetic person, that it just feels so heavy all the time. And so I feel everything so intensely. And so I just feel like because I get annoyed of that in myself, I just assume that everyone thinks that's annoying, over the top, cheesy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I am who I am. I like what I like. But I will always point the finger at astrology because, like,
Because you're a Libra, Cancer Moon, Capricorn Rising. So
exactly,
you tell me,
exactly,
bitch.
exactly.
And you have a Virgo Venus.
Oh, shit. That's true.
But here's the thing, it's not... I get it, because I know, it's funny. Yes, we do use it as an excuse sometimes. But most of the time, we're joking, but it's like, it explains our reaction to things, not necessarily our actions. Like, we're just talking about what goes through our head more than, like, what action we take. Because I think by this
Exactly.
point, we try to not be so reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that's the lesson of having a water moon.
It's
And
so true.
And so that's that.
Yeah, so like that's a great way to put it. I feel like I've always wanted to have a nice clean way of explaining it, but I think you just did, which is like we're not saying that it dictates what you do with your life or what decisions you make. We're just saying that your mind, that's how your mind is processing all the information in order to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some people are more logical, some people are more emotional, some people are impulsive, some people are very cautionary, and everything in between. And that's the fun about astrology. That, and I think that's why we make fun of it, and sometimes even if it is us using it as an excuse, it's us seeing that side of ourselves of like, oh, this is how you want to react.
Yeah.
But and yeah, a lot of times it does have to do with our sign.
Yeah.
And then we have the option to like act differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like identifying it.
Yeah. We always have our free will. Like, it's just being aware of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, what are some bad things? Like, I feel like indecision is one that is given to Libras a lot. And I feel like, yeah, like I'll be in a moment where I'm like reading the label of every cream cheese flavor at the grocery store. And then I just like take a moment. I'm like, you're being a fucking Libra right now. You need to like hurry the fuck up, you know? And then I'm like, okay. And then I just choose whatever.
I want to give all of them a fair shot.
What if this one's better, or this one will feel left out?
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, I went on a date with somebody who's an Aquarius and a Capricorn rising. I forgot their moon.
It's always Aquarius and Capricorns.
Like,
what the
literally, fuck? I feel like we get along because of it.
No, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're both sun airs and we're both Capricorn risings. And
That's great.
I don't know what's in the middle for them. I don't know what the moon is for them, but I just thought it was interesting. How much of the astrology and signs and big three do you consider when you're like pursuing somebody?
Probably all of it. But oh, no, actually, no, I'm not like immediately like show me everything, I guess, but mainly, I guess, your moon sign.
That's the one that I always want to know.
Yeah. Because if you're being vulnerable in a relationship, that means you're probably going to be dealing with your emotions for the most part in your decision making. So you need something that's really compatible to your moon sign.
Right. And I would agree with that too.
Because if you can't understand how each other feels, there's going to be a whole lot of confusion, mama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also like tried... it never really comes to my mind actually when we first meet to have to know everything. Sometimes when I see a certain behavior, I'm like, are you a this or are you a that? Mm-hmm. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's like just getting to know them and then asking them eventually.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like romantically interested. I do need to know the moon. I just want to know. I just need to know.
Yeah.
If someone's like a sign, which I don't even know, like it's not necessarily like that there's a sign that I'd be like, I'm not dating you if you have that in your moon. It's more of like, oh, okay, this is what I'm getting myself into, you know? Or like, if I wanted to communicate my needs to them, it might have to be done in a certain way so that they understand. I mean, ultimately, it's like about the connection, you know? It's not really about the signs, you know?
So, speaking of how I like to meet people naturally, I have recently gone through my manifestation journal and realized that I wrote something down about finding friends, and then immediately that same week, we ended up finding like the two people that we're like really, really close to right now, like the closest two probably. We met them. Oh wait, okay. So when I was in New York City, I was, having lunch out and about, and I sat on a bench and I started writing my manifestations. And one of the things I wrote was, I can attract fun experiences with people who really care about me.
Aww.
And yeah, and I always like to put the date because for this reason, because I can always go back and just like see like what has come true, what hasn't, or what hasn't yet. And I looked and it was within the same week, like I think 2 days after I wrote that was the day that we went out to one of the bars here, one of the gay bars, and we met these people, these two girls at the bar. Evie had asked them something about their drink, and from then on, I was there, and we just like haven't stopped talking since. Like, we just like have this instant connection and bond. It was really, really, really cool, and I do feel like we all care about each other, and I love it.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love it.
Yeah, and also I'm so fucking powerful. Everything I write down comes true.
That's really a great point because, yeah, like I can't think of the last time that I just randomly went out and then just like made friends with like amazing people like that.
Seriously.
By chance, yeah. And it was like over a Moscow Mule. I was just like, oh, is that a Moscow Mule? Yes. That's my favorite drink. And so I just asked, and then Christina was like, yeah, and then we just started talking, and then I met Jules, obviously, but thank God, because I was nervous to talk to them because they're so beautiful. And I was just like, oh, what if they're rude to me? But going back to, like, who cares?
Yeah.
Going back to, like, if someone's rude to you, that says more about them than you.
1,000%.
I was just like, whatever. And turns out Christina and Jules are fucking sweethearts. My heart just melts every time I think about them.
They both melt my heart, and they're so down to earth, both of them. And like that's just harder to come by than you'd think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I just always feel that from them.
Yeah.
Always, and I feel like they feel that from us.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Love you, girls. Love you, besties.
I'm in love with both of you.
We are living in the L word.
Yeah. Okay, childhood.
Oh, okay. You want to go down memory lane?
Yeah. I want to know what you were like when you were 16.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, wait. That was a very specific era. How dare you? Okay, I think it was like 2009, 2010. And I was angsty.
Hell yeah.
And like for reasons I had to be homeschooled like for some of my freshman year, and so I had nothing to do other than school and the internet. And so like I found a chat and like I made friends on the internet, and like I hope they were all my age. I don't know. Looking back, it's kind of creepy. But I'm pretty sure we were all the same age because it was like a little kid website.
Yeah.
Kind of like Club Penguin. But anyway.
Say the name. Say the name. Don't let it lose its power like
okay,
Voldemort.
It's called Zinky or Zwinky. I don't remember.
Zwinky.
Oh, Zwinky, yeah. And it was fun.
It sounds so stupid now, but back then it was a huge deal.
It was.
Zwinky
it was
this,
especially
Zwinky
when you
that.
I didn't have real life friends. Like I feel like I would have really, really gone more depressed if I didn't have that. So it saved my life. I love it.
No, yeah, people had relationships. I can't even say it. People had relationships on there. People were.
It was serious.
It was serious. Like you could dress up your character like a real fucking person.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit
You know what that makes me
perverted.
sad? Why that makes me sad?
Why?
Because my avatar was always a pasty white.
No.
I know.
Not a pasty white.
I think just like not the color of my skin in general makes me sad. Just like why? Why did I do that?
Yeah.
It was in to be white. But
It
not no
was
mo.
in. Mm-hmm.
I mean, thank God.
Thank God. Most people are mixed now. Most children are mixed. So we're
And all
get
the
used to
immigrant
it.
babies are like getting jobs at places, making changes. You know, our point of view is making its way up there. And I love it. I live. What were we talking about?
fucking childhood, bitch.
You know, when you say childhood, I was thinking of like little. Like when I was like 9 or 10.
I guess we could talk about that time.
It was like, yeah, when I was 16, I was seen. What do you want from me? I love.
That's what I want from you.
I would tease my hair. I would put like layers upon layers of hairspray to get that shit to stay up. And then I would like fry it with a fucking straightener. And
The
then...
most teased hair look you've ever seen, mama. You had a lip ring?
Oh yeah, I begged my mom to let me pierce my lip, and you know she did not like that. It was a lot of begging until she allowed me to. And then I felt like such a
So you
badass.
could sing Panic at the Disco.
Oh yeah, Panic at the Disco. Taking Back Sunday, Fall Out Boy. I mean, the ones that like I was really, really emotionally attached to was like Papa Roach,
Yes.
Paramore, Tegan and Sarah.
Hell yeah.
Those were
So
like my shit.
alternative.
So angsty and so gay. I'm like, I
So
was
gay.
obsessed with Tegan and Sarah, and I was like, I'm not gay. I'm not queer. I'm straight.
I'm just obsessed with these two lesbians.
Yeah, literally. And I just read like fanfic about them on Tumblr. Like, but I'm not gay. I'm not queer.
Oh, that's funny. You're writing fanfiction right now?
I actually don't want to talk about that.
And you have a right to.
Thank you. Mind your biz.
I'm really worried about my tooth, but I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Keep that. A little.
No. Okay. I literally said, universe, get rid of the things that don't serve me anymore. And they said, period, say less. Let me take out this tooth, bitch.
The universe knows best. I mean,
They said,
I'm
get
not
this
gonna
tooth fixed, bitch. How about you go get your tooth fixed instead of spending all your money on weed?
I am not gonna question the universe.
Yeah.
Go off.
If they want me to pay for my tooth, they should just give me more money. Plain and simple.
But I mean, that's real life, baby.
Yeah. If you're poor, just stop. Stop being
Just
that.
stop being poor. Just like ask for more money.
Yeah.
There you go.
The middle class does exist. So
We're
just
not
stop being
gaslighting
poor.
you. It's been there this whole time. Okay, so, you know, this is the memory I want to talk about. Let's just
Okay.
cut to the chase.
Just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story I want to talk about is when my grandma lived in Costa Mesa. What the fuck did I say it like that?
Can we watch a movie and eat food after this?
Yes.
Great.
So, we lived
Perseverance?
on Victoria Street.
Hmm.
And then my grandma lived near College Park Elementary.
Yes.
You remember that house?
Yes.
The front door was like a half door, so you could open just the bottom part.
Oh,
and
yes.
you remember
yes.
that? Yeah.
I do.
It was really like old, cute house.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we would play in the backyard, and I just remember us playing this one very specific game that we just made up, which is like just the beauty of being a child, you know? Like putting chairs into two aisles and then pretending it's a plane, and then like and the reason that would work is because like our family has a lot of cousins in it. Like my grandma would take care of like 6 to 7 kids like every day in the summer.
6 to 7 kids and like 6 to 7 dogs.
Literally.
because one of the dogs kept having puppies and shit. But I remember us like each holding a dog, and they're all like Chihuahua mixes. So it's like all these different types of variations of a Chihuahua, and we're all just these kids holding one on an airplane, so quote funny. Unquote. Yeah.
And like some of us were cousins, some of us were just like people, like other people's kids sometimes, or like
they would just like introduce us to other kids and they'd be like, now go play, go mingle, go be best friends for life.
And we would,
and then they would rip them away from us.
I know. I haven't seen Alfredo in like 20 fucking years. Where is he? Alfredo!
We met Alfredo one time.
Where
we never
did
stopped
he go?
talking about him.
Memorable as fuck.
Let's talk about that. What we did with them.
Well, he was the son. Oh, no. He was the brother of my uncle's friend.
Yeah.
And so, like, my uncle's girlfriend arranged for him to come and hang out with us.
Yeah, and she was gonna drive us around and shit.
Yeah, like, she struggled to have kids for a long time, and it was known, like, she would talk about it to her family and stuff. So I feel like she embraced having us all in her car and, like, you know, like, taking us around. And
yeah, like, a lot of those memories at that time only involve her, because we did so many things with her.
Yeah.
Like, new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. She invited Alfredo to hang out with us. And so, I don't remember the whole thing. I just remember being in her car. She, like, drove I think it was a Tahoe. And so we were all just sitting in there while she went to the bank or something. And we were blasting disco music. And, like, all of us, like, all 6 of us, because no, it was 7 of us, right?
7 of us.
All 7 of us are like just dancing, having fun, like literally. I don't even remember the details. It was just so fun. We all were being so quiet, so serious, and then we all of a sudden started like screaming, laughing, singing, jumping, making like the car like shake from like how loud we turned it all the way up and shit. But what I remember from Alfredo is that they were just so down to clown. Like, they would do whatever we would all say and, like, joke around with. Like they would do it on their own free will. Like, we were all like, oh, we went to a car wash and we're like, oh, go steal those donut holes. Like, that box of donut holes. And what they did was they got the donut holes. They got a napkin. They put 2 on the napkin. And then they set the napkin in the place of the box of the donut holes, and they took the whole box. It was hilarious.
And there was a line behind them.
Yeah. He was this like 8-year-old fucking kid, and there's like a line of adults behind him. And he leaves 2 donut holes and like takes the whole basket.
Yeah.
That was so iconic.
And we all were like dying laughing.
This was like at a like dealership or something. Like, our aunt was running errands. Literally. Yeah. We were just waiting around.
Yeah. But point being, we just saw this kid like one time, and we got so attached to them because they were so funny.
Yeah.
And we never saw them again.
No. And we all asked Esther, that's the name of our aunt, to make us a copy of the CD, the disco CD, because we just all wanted to relive it. So yeah, she made like 7 different copies of the CD.
No way, that's so cute.
Well, we all got one, and then yeah.
I totally forgot that. That's
and
so
I think
cute.
that Christmas she gave us boom boxes.
Esther is so cute. They were so like generous and with their time and energy and money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice. A little traumatic at the end. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that deep. Like,
yeah,
she and my uncle broke up. Things happen. It's fine. Life goes on. But being a kid, you're like, where did my aunt go? We would also create choreography for songs. Like, speaking of the disco CD, like, we would play the shit out of that CD and like just like make dance moves for it.
I don't remember it being to that specific CD, but I do remember us doing it for like a bunch of like Disney Mania, like Disney music.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
We really like to dance and sing. Like my grandma would... A performance.
Yeah.
My grandma would bring out a stereo into the backyard of that same house, and we would just play music outside.
She was like, whatever gets you guys to
Literally.
shut the fuck up.
Literally. And I don't blame her. 7 kids.
Yeah. She was like, go off.
Live
your dream. Live your performance.
Yeah.
Live your fantasy. Your artist fantasy. You know?
Yeah. It was fun. We had like a little table under a tree, and we made up a club. Do you remember that?
I do.
What do you say?
I'm like let's not talk about the club. I'm just kidding.
The club? Yeah, is that a bad
the club
memory?
continued for the rest of our lives, I think.
Yeah, we're still in the club.
We're still in the club.
Yeah.
It's 4 of us.
The original 4.
The first 4 grandchildren are girls.
Yeah.
And that's the 4 of us were really close.
Because we were born similar ages. Like, I was born, and then my cousin was born a year later. And then 6 years later, Cindy was born. And then you were born, what, like 6 months later? A year later.
Oh, no, 6 months.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Cindy and I are way closer in age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we basically grew up together because we were the same age. We would do things together, go to water parks together, whatever. And it just feels like they're our sisters.
Our grandma together.
Yeah. We got babysat at the same times, like spent summer together. It really is like they're our sisters. Like I feel that for them.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
No, they were our sisters in our mind.
And Kim, she's the one that was born a year after me. She's pregnant. They were so excited for her.
The first baby of the family.
I wanted to cry. Like, literally,
I can't believe it.
Like, oh, my God.
We're going to be aunts.
I really want to visit her in Arizona.
We are.
Yeah, we're going to. Like, I live so far away from her, and I love her so much, and I just want to at least be a part of it and support her in any way that I can. So we're definitely going to make that happen. And it's just exciting. Like, oh my God, people are going to start having kids all around us, and I live for it. I love little kids. Like, I love the innocence and the playfulness and just like
I like kids too, but then sometimes I'm like, fuck them kids. Because sometimes I just don't have patience for myself, and that means no patience for you.
Yeah, so
having Heather is enough.
I can agree with that. I mean, I feel like moms do way more than what we do with Heather, but we don't have as much patience for Heather than you would need for a child, you know?
Yeah.
Remember how my grandma would somehow always find like random old VHS movies that like no one knows about? Like, for example, there was one about a babysitter that would like show up to the kid's house. It was like Mary Poppins, but but it was obviously there was just a different songs.
I've been looking for that movie forever.
Oh my God, you should describe it. Maybe a listener has seen it. It starts with like raining.
Yeah, and she comes in flying from an umbrella.
She has like a raincoat.
Yeah, like a bunch of raincoats.
Oh, so when she gets in the house, she starts to take them off, and it's like a bunch of raincoats. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then she goes to the bathroom, and then there's like this song about taking a bath. I remember that so well.
Oh my God.
There was multiple of those type of movies.
We were watching like Titanic at the age of 5.
Oh yeah, we would watch Titanic. And then there's like just weird kids movies. Indie, if you will. Like, they never made it to the movie theater.
Things that would give you fever dreams.
Yes.
Yeah. My brain is mush. I feel like this is the result of just like smoking.
Yeah.
It's just my brain is too lazy at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair and valid. I feel like we've talked. We've said our piece.
And I live by that.
So we can just fuck off. It's been nice. It's been cool. It's been real.
I hope this was all somewhat cohesive, and you
I-
enjoyed us just prancing around in our little brain.
I feel like it was a great episode. I really do.
Yeah.
And remember, who cares?
Who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
It's our show and we can do what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
High five, sis. Love you. Love you guys.
Love you guys.